Picture this first day of college, new classroom, ceiling fans spinning, someone is already asleep in third row, someone else is pretending to read the syllabus while watching reels. You can pick a seat near the window, and then he sits next to you, quiet, completely still, no phone, no fidgeting, no awkward small talk, just presence. In a way that makes you feel slightly uncomfortable about how distracted you are. You lean over and ask, "Hey, what's your name, buddy?" He looks at you, Thorfinn. You almost laugh, almost, but something in his eyes stabs you. Because those eyes have seen things, many things that you can't even imagine. Things, no classroom, no exams, no broken relationship, no family fight. Nothing in your life has prepared you to understand what he mean by that. I have seen things. And today we are going to understand them. This video isn't about anime. Well, it is, but it isn't. This is about something every single person watching right now is carrying. A weight. Sometimes it's the weight of a dream you abandoned. Sometimes it's the weight of a version you yourself were supposed to become and you didn't. Sometimes it's just numbness, that quiet, creeping feeling that you're going through the motions, waking up, scrolling, existing, sleeping, repeating. Once you are just surviving, following the same routine, and you don't know how much time has passed, and you suddenly realize, oh, it's almost 7 years. And nobody talks about that feeling. Honestly, every motivational video says, just start it already. The first step is to start. Every reel says discipline is the answer. Every comment section is full of people saying, bro, just cringe so hard that world cries before you. The universe will win towards you. But what if the problem isn't that you're lazy? What if the problem is that you have been broken? In a way, you never fully processed, and you're just surviving. Thorfinn knows that feeling better than anyone. And by the end of this video, you're going to realize something. Thorfinn has always been inside you. Means it may be another version, but that is always inside you. You just haven't met him yet. Let me tell you about Thorfinn. Not the anime scene process. The human story underneath it. Thorfinn was 6 years old when his father, Thors, was murdered in front of him. His father never bent. He died as a warrior, as a hero. 6 years old. Think about what you were doing at 6. Cartoon, lunchboxes, trying to write, read, maybe fighting with a sibling over who gets the TV remote. Thorfinn watched his father, a man so powerful, so calm, so good, get killed by a man named Ascald. And in that moment, something broke inside him. Not his spirit, not his will, his direction. Because from that day forward, Thorfinn had only one kill. To kill Askeladd. That was it. That was everything. His reason to wake up, his reason to train, his reason to survive. Brutal Viking. Brutal. Vikings battle as a literal child, fighting grown men just to earn the right to tell the man who destroys his world, his father. Now here is what's important. Thorfinn wasn't weak. He wasn't running away from pain. He weaponized his pain. He became extraordinary because of his trauma. For years, that worked. But here is what Vinland Saga is actually about. It's not about revenge, it's about what happens after revenge. Means what happened to a person when he lost the motive, and when he doesn't have any accomplishment, any task, or a reason to exist. It's about the terrifying question that comes when the thing you have lived for is gone. Now what? Means what happened if you achieved that thing that you wanted so badly, or that thing has lost its existence. Now let me introduce you to someone else. Ryan. Ryan is 19, smart kid, always was. In school, he was the guy. Good grades, teachers liked him, parents were proud. He had a plan. Engineering, good college, shorted life. Then the entrance exam happened. He didn't make it, not even close, and something broke in Ryan. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. The way a phone screen cracks. You don't notice the exact moment. You just look down one day and realize it's been broken for a while. Ryan got into a decent college. Life continued, but Ryan didn't continue. Not really. He started slipping in, skipping classes, 6 hours of YouTube, 2 hours of guilt, 8 hours of sleep. Repeat, repeat, repeat. His parents thought he was lazy. His friends thought he was going through something. Ryan himself thought, I just need motivation. He didn't need motivation, he needed Thorfinn. It's a Tuesday afternoon. Ryan in the college library. He opened his notebook. Phone face up. He's been studying for 40 minutes and has written exactly one heading. Thorfinn sat across from him. No books, just a warm piece of paper he's been sketching on. A coastline, a shore, a land somewhere far away that doesn't exist yet. Ryan notices. What you drawing? Thorfinn. A place I'm going to build. Ryan laughs. Cool. Where, buddy? Let me take me there someday. West across the ocean, somewhere no one has fought over yet. Ryan doesn't know what to say to that, so he goes back to his phone. A few minutes pass, and Thorvin, without looking up, asks, what are you running from? Ryan freezes. What? I'm not running from anything. I'm studying. Thorvin looks at one heading on Ryan's notebook, then at the phone, then back at the Ryan. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't have to. Ryan puts the phone down slowly. I just don't see the point anymore. I don't know why I exist. I don't know why I'm living for. I don't have any direction. I'm directionless. It didn't work out. And now I'm here and don't know what I'm doing or what I'm going to do and why I'm doing it. Thorfinn is quiet for a long time. Then he says, I know that feeling. Ryan, you seem like the most purposeful person I've ever met. You have purpose. Thorfinn puts the pen down. I wasn't always for a long time. I had a goal, one goal, to kill someone. And I built my entire existence around that one thing. My training, my motivation, my mornings, my battles, my survival, everything for that one moment. Ryan, and I caught it. And then nothing. No relief, no peace, no feeling of completion, no accomplishment, just empty feeling. Like someone had taken the only light in a room and turned it off. Ryan stares at him. What did you do? Thorfinn picks the pen back up. I fell apart completely, and then slowly I asked myself a question I had never asked before. Ryan, what question? What do I actually want? Here is what's happening in both these stories. Psychologically, there is a concept called identity foreclosure. It's when you lock your entire sense of self into one outcome. For Thorfinn, it was revenge. For Ryan, or for the most of students nowadays, it would be interest exam. For a lot of you watching, it might be grades, relationship, someone's approval, a version of yourself you decided you had to become. And when that one thing collapses, you collapse with it. Not because you're weak, because you never built an identity that could survive the loss. Think about a person who lost everything in the most literal sense possible. Wrote something that I think about constantly. He said the primary human drive isn't pleasure, it's isn't power, it's the meaning, it's the purpose, it's the direction. When meaning disappears, when purpose evaporates, a person doesn't just feel sad, they feel hollow, they feel empty, they feel lifeless, like they're watching their own life from other outside their body. Sounds familiar. That's Ryan scrolling at 2 a.m. Not because he's having fun, because the scrolling feels the hollow. That's Thorvin in his slave years, not living, just occupying space. Both of them had lost the answer to the same question: why I'm here and what I'm doing. And here is the hard truth, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Nobody can answer that question for you. Not your parents, not your college, not a YouTube video. But, and this is the most important, you can find it. Thorfinn did. And the way he found is something you can actually use. Back to the library. Orion asked Thorfinn, how did you find what you wanted after everything? Thorfinn is quiet. Then he says, the man I wanted to kill, Askeladd, before he died, he said something to me. Something I hated at the time. Something I didn't understand until years later. What did he say? He said, Thorfinn, you have no home. You have no king. You are just a lost child chasing my shadow. You have made my story your story. And when I am gone, you will have nothing because you built nothing of your own. Ryan doesn't respond. Thorfinn continues. He was right. I had spent years becoming the world's greatest weapon, pointed at someone else's direction. My entire existence was reactive. I was only alive when he was alive. I had no dream. I had no life. I had no purpose. Only one purpose. I had no self. I had no land. Let it land for a second. You have made my story your story. Think about it. How many of us are living inside someone else's narrative? Your parents dream of what you should become. Your society's perspective, society's script of what success looks like. Your so called social media, Instagram reels, that perfectionism, that becoming successful at young age. Your friend's definition of a good life. Social media's curated version of who you're supposed to be. You have been so busy performing in everyone else's story, you forgot to write your own. Ryan sits back in his chair. So what do I do? And Thorfinn says something simple. Something that sounds almost too simple. Find your will. What? My what? You learned, you dreamed, the thing that's yours, not because someone told you to want it, not because it's impressive, not because it pays well or looks good or makes your parents proud. Yours, that should be yours because you want it. Ryan, what if I don't know what that is and what I want? Thorfinn, then that's your first mission. Not studying, not fixing your grades, not getting motivated. That. Find one thing, one small thing that feels like it belongs to you. There is a line, very beautiful line. Every action you take is a vote for the type of a person you wish to become. Thorfinn's first vote for his new identity wasn't dramatic, it wasn't grand declaration. It was just deciding quietly that he was going to build something instead of destroying something. One decision, that's all it takes to start. Not a perfect plan, not a revelation, not motivation, one decision. There is another line. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Thorfinn couldn't undo his father's death. He couldn't reclaim his childhood. He couldn't unfight the battles that scared him. But he could decide what to do with the person he would become because of them. Ryan couldn't undo the exam result. He couldn't unsee the disappointment on his parents' faces. He couldn't go back. But he could decide what today looks like, what his tomorrow would look like. Confine yourself to the present, not the past you can't change, not the future you can't control. The present, this moment, this choice, this moment. That's not toxic positivity. That's not. Just be happy. That's the most radical act of courage there is. Choosing to act now with what you have, knowing it might not work, but doing it anyway. The library is closing. Ryan packs his bag slowly. His notebook doesn't have plan. He doesn't suddenly feel motivated. But something inside his shifted. Something small, something real. At the door, he turns around. Hey Thorfinn, did you ever find your villain? Thorfinn looks up from his cage. The coastline, the shore. I'm still going. But you don't even know if it exists. Thorfinn, my father once told me, a true warrior doesn't need a sword, he just needs somewhere to go. He folds the sketch carefully, put it in his pocket. I don't need it to exist yet. I just need to keep moving forward. It. Keep moving toward it. Ryan walks out in the evening light. And for the first time in months, he doesn't reach for his phone. He just walks and thinks, what is my Vinland and what would it look like? Here is what I need you to understand before this video ends. You don't need to become Thorfinn. You already are Thorfinn in some ways. Think about it. You have already lost something. A dream, a relationship, a passion, a version of yourself you were sure you would become. You have already survived something. A failure that felt fatal. A relationship. A night that felt endless. A season of your life where you were just hollow. Think about it. The years passed and now you realize, oh, I thought it would be 1 day or 2 days. You have already kept going, even when you didn't know why. That is Thorfinn.